Adding textured wool locks to your yarn is just pure magic. Today I'm going to spend some time falling in love with blending colors and textures. This is so much fun. I bet you'll be diving into your stash before the video is even over. Join me and discover new ways to make your hand-spun yarn sparkle. I'm Pamela from the Fiber Sprite, and welcome to my studio. I've been looking forward to making this video for a while now. I've had this green fiber just begging to be spun, and I decided to add blocks in a little bit of a different way. Instead of adding them to the drum carder, I'm dizzing the roving off of the drum carder. I'm using my Fiber Sprite Ultimate Spinners multi-tool, and I just love a dizzed preparation of fiber because it's just so easy to spin. You get it down to a thickness that is easy to hold in the hand. It drafts really nicely. It's just really one of my favorite things to do. If you want to learn more about how to use a diz to make roving, I have a tutorial for that, and I'll link to that in the description below. Once it's done, I like to use these shorter pieces and then just kind of wind them up into a little nest. I feel like that's really easy to manage when I'm at the wheel. I'm spinning these singles with a short forward draw. This is not my normal way to spin, but it does give me a little bit more control over the thickness, and it's just a really fun way to spin. This would technically be considered not quite a worsted and not quite a woolen yarn because it's sort of a woolen preparation on the drum carder with the roving, and then the short forward draw is a little bit more in the worsted category. I don't really spend a lot of time worrying about that because I've made this kind of yarn before and I know that I'm going to like it. What's new to me is adding these curly wool locks in between some of my plies. I'm sorry that the video kind of got cut off here. My camera didn't quite capture it, but you can read the tutorial in Amy Tyler's article in the 2025 issue of Spin-Off magazine. Teaches you exactly how to do it, and it's a really great tutorial. And you can see here that there's going to be some stopping and starting. What's happening is that I'm inserting the lock into the plies, and it did get caught on the hooks on my wheel kind of frequently, so I did find myself stopping and starting that way as well because I needed to adjust it on the hooks and make sure it got wound onto the bobbin. You might have a little bit more success with a different flyer, especially one that's made for art yarn that has like a loop on it instead of the hooks. Maybe a bigger orifice would have helped. But I took my time and it worked out just fine. And it was really, really so much fun to do this. I can't wait to come up with another project where this will be something that I get to do again. Next, of course, I wet finished the yarn. I was a little bit gentler than I usually am and let it dry, and then it's time to wind it up. You'll see that there's this awkward loop hanging over my Swift, and that's probably because it didn't get tied into the skein. So I'm just paying really close attention to the Swift and making sure that things don't get tangled or broken or snagged or anything like that. And then once it's gone, it's like smooth sailing at that. After that, of course, it's at the end of the skein. But this made such a beautiful yarn, and I cannot wait to knit with this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.